Okay, super quick video. Look at them gooseberries, y'all. Look at them gooseberries. Wait a minute. Y'all see that lone one over there? Middle of your screen. Ooh, look at them. I have 6 little Ooh! 7 gooseberries. You can't tell me now. Ooh! 8 gooseberries. The more I look, the more I find. Anyway, so remember my pepper from last year? So this one right here, I had some peppers that dried up and fell. And this seed germinated. So this is a Creola cellar. And this seed germinated. That's a Creola cellar as well. These are some eggplants that I stuck in here. Remember, these are the little sticks from my old one. I just kind of broke them off because I was like, well, I guess the ice killed this plant. Nope. Y'all see it's coming back from the roots in 2 places. This little spot over here is coming back from the roots as well. So I wanted to show y'all this to show y'all you do not have to protect your peppers if you're not gonna get that much snow and ice. Keep in mind, I only got a week, but I did not cover this whatsoever. If you're not gonna get that much snow and ice, or maybe you're just gonna get some below freezing temps, and no snow, no ice, it's just gonna drop below freezing a little bit. Do not worry about your peppers. It took mine a little bit, but as you can see clearly, that's coming back from the roots. And I'm gonna tell you another thing. I thought this was dead because it was taking so long to come back. But I kept pulling on this, and this was in here so good. Anybody know anything? Kenny, who teaching the class? Me or you? You not teaching nobody wants to know about catnip. Anyway, if you pull on this, because I know you can't tell it, but I'm pulling real hard, that's not coming up. If you know anything about plants, when plants die, eventually the roots start to rot. And when you can pull a plant up super easily and all the roots have just rotted off, basically the stems will just come right out, no problem. I kept pulling on this and it was really in there. And I'm like, man, I don't know. This thing might not be dead. But I knew that these branches weren't going to come back. I mean, they're just crispy, totally white, no life in them whatsoever. You can see they still just breaking off as I'm talking. And you can just see no green, no life, no nothing down in here. So, but when I saw this a few days ago, so I guess I'm gonna have like the main Creola cellar, then these 2 new ones, then these eggplants off to the side. These are 2 eggplants. I got some eggplants over there. But over here, let me see. Let me check on this. Y'all remember I had this pepper from last year. See, let me show y'all exactly what I'm talking about. This one didn't make it. See how it's like basically no roots on there? All the roots pretty much just rotted off. So that's dead. That's a confirmed kill. Let's see about this one. Y'all know see how easy that just slipped out. Not a root in sight. All the roots pretty much rotted off in the ground. So, but keep in mind, that was a very mature plant with a very mature root system. These plants, I think were volunteers from last year. They really never got that big. They really never got that established. So if you have a nice big established pepper plant with nice roots on it, because I think my poblano's in the front, I don't think they made it either. But if you have a nice plant with a really nice root system on it, give it a shot. You don't necessarily have to take it in and cover it up. Once again, I'm talking to the people who don't get a ton of snow and ice. You get a ton of snow and ice, this is what I'm going to tell you to do. Kenny. See, this is how they do me. Anyway, if you get a ton of snow and ice, what I would tell you to do is perhaps cover it up and protect it. Cover it up with a lot of mulch, really thick mulch, and that's just to keep the roots from freezing. My guess is you keep the roots from freezing, it'll come back for you. And like I said, all you can do is try. It's not 100% guaranteed. I know these peppers over here are lost. I was able to pull those sticks up out of the ground super easy, just like I showed you just a while ago. Let me see. I'm not going to do a full little walk around. But I did pull my collards, all them collards and stuff that I had. That's them laying over there. I'm going to hang them so that the seeds and stuff can dry. And I can collect the seeds. These right here are some collards that I had got. Those are just pure collards. I don't know. I must have this thing for collard seeds because I know that's probably going to be 30,000 seeds. Y'all know collard seeds are tiny. But I'm sure I'm going to have like a ridiculous amount of collard seeds. But those are my experimental seeds, the collards that had the purple stems in them. But I'm going to do a video. Well, actually, you know what? This is only 5 minutes. So let me do a video showing y'all. So when you're doing cuttings and you're rooting them, I mean, you can use rooting hormone. That's perfectly fine. I use it. Sometimes I don't. I want to tell y'all that these are mulberries. I think I did the video showing me sticking these in the ground or right after I had put them in the dirt. I generally just take the sticks, stick them in the dirt. These had no green growth at all. I thought that they were dead actually when I got them. And I gave it a little time and I said if they don't leaf out, I'm going to contact the seller and get my money back. But these are some white mulberries, hardy white mulberries. And I do want to tell you this. Once you stick these in the ground, use anything, any type of plastic or whatever. Cover them to help keep the humidity and the moisture in and keep the soil moist. If you do that, I promise you, they're going to leaf out nice for you. I'm just going to go down the line and we're going to see what my success rate is. I hadn't uncovered these since I covered them. When I put them in the dirt, these had no green, no leaf out, no nothing. Just little buds. Some of them didn't even have buds. You can see this one is leafing out. This one here. Now this is one that I had had in a pot for a long time. And they never would leaf out. And I was like, well, and I did the scratch test and the sticks were still green. And I was like, well, let me, keep them a little bit more humid and maybe they'll leaf out. And sure enough, they started leafing out on me. So those aren't ones that I just bought. Those were cuttings that I think these are some cuttings I took from my neighbor's tree. I think that's where those came from. But like I said, as you can see, they're leafing out in 2 spots. This one still has some green in it. Don't know if it'll leaf out or not. But, those are some free cuttings, so no love lost. These had nothing on them when I covered them. They just simply had buds. The buds were definitely not opening. And the buds were definitely not looking this beautiful. So once again, keeping them humid, keeping this bag over them, letting that humidity build in there really helps. I think that's probably more crucial than the rooting hormone because some of my cuttings I used rooting hormone, some of them I didn't. The dude gave me so many, there were extras, and like I told y'all, they didn't look good from jump. These younger ones, the ones he actually said would root better, they rooted much better than a lot of this thicker stuff. So I'm actually not surprised. I'm thinking, yeah, see, that ain't even got green in it. I'm thinking that's not going to do anything. But the younger ones took, so I'm not, the younger, smaller ones took, so I'm not too perturbed by that. Y'all can see my muscadines. And when I got these, I thought these were damn near dead. They kind of taken off. See here? This is a lot of, actually, no, these were the everbearing mulberries that had a lot of, these are the freaking dwarf everbearing mulberries that had a lot of, they actually had a lot of green growth on them when I got them. I'm gonna have to contact them, see what's up with them. This is the set of those. So you see those, they're leafing out. But yeah, I'm gonna have to contact the one about the dwarf everbearing mulberry. I'm not liking that. That didn't make it. These are supposedly supposed to be some fairly rare figs. They're called Emma. And all of these, I mean, and let me say this. I think I talked before about the fruit trees that I recommend. That's the last ones. These are some, I forget what these mulberries are. They're fairly rare too. They're either Tice. The other ones over there are Ken Ranger. I'm pretty sure these are Tice mulberries. They're supposed to be fairly rare. All of the buds are opening up on those. I could have the bag sealed a little bit more to keep in a little bit more humidity, because I noticed this dirt isn't as moist as all the other ones. But I'm going to water all these and put all the bags back on. But these are supposed to be Emma figs. And I mean, I just see new buds and everything bursting out of these. But if I was to tell anybody, a new person growing, a new person to trees, the first trees you should get, my opinion, figs and mulberries. They're just so easy. They're so easy to propagate. They're so easy to root. And I'm going to tell you like this. Once you get them growing, you can honestly make money with them real quick too, because you can make cuttings. They like to be pruned. They like to, you can make cuttings, sell the cuttings, and do all that. And then over here I have a comparison. So I want to compare these. These are mulberries as well. These are called Ken Rangers. They're white mulberries. One of those mulberries over there is a white Pakistan mulberry. So it's a mulberry that gets long. So let me show you guys this. So half of these are covered, right, under this bag, and the other half are not. So I wanted to basically do a comparison. So can y'all see the difference? The ones that are covered, the leaves are much bigger. And I also noticed the ones that were covered, they leafed out a lot quicker. Like they started budding out a lot quicker than the other ones. So they will take without the bag. But if you have the bag in place, I'm not going to do that one-handed. I'll fool around and knock all the buds off. But this is just proof that humidity is very important. And I didn't use rooting hormone on any of these. Like I said, I honestly believe that now that I've done this experiment, I believe that keeping them from losing a lot of moisture and being humid in a humid environment is the number one. It's the best thing you can do. Even more important than rooting hormone. So I'm not saying don't use rooting hormone. You can. It'll do nothing but increase your chances even more. But you gotta keep them humid and keep them somewhere like that. It just really helps. And for those asking about the dragon fruit, can y'all see that one? That one's looking pretty good. I'm sure some more will germinate. It seems like no, that's not one. I don't know. These seeds, I guess dragon fruits may be hit or miss, or maybe it's just what I got them growing in or whatever. It's not a big deal to me. I have that one. I have 5 more from the first batch that I started. More will probably come up in that. But like I said, it's all good with me. I'm not complaining. Those are store-bought dragon fruit. I'm probably just going to end up getting some cuttings from someone, because dragon fruit grows so slow that, it's kind of one of those things. I see my pomegranates here. I don't know if y'all can see that tiny little bud starting to bud out of there. I do have a sweet potato slip in here. That bud's starting to, the camera won't focus. That bud is starting to leaf out too. But this, look at this, man. I've only had this sweet potato in here like 2 days. Look at that. It already wants to make some more roots. So I might put this in a little thing by itself. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But I do know this. I'm going to take that leaf off. I'm going to take that leaf off. The leaves that aren't doing so hot, I'm going to remove. I think I'm just going to put this in its own little jar, because I don't want those roots to get damaged. But anyway, those are some slips for Maureen. So I got this stuff coming. Just give me a little bit. I ain't forgot about you. But I wanted to get her some slips with some decent roots on them, so she could grow out some sweet potatoes. But yeah, but I just wanted to show y'all that and show y'all what was going on with this. I'm gonna contact the seller on these dwarf everbearing mulberries. Like I said, they came with a lot of green growth on them, but they just, yeah, they just gave up the ghost. Like, that's crazy. Maybe those specimens. So that's a lesson learned. You know, I was actually the most optimistic about those because they had so much green growth on them. But I'm gonna tell you, I think when you just cut stuff and you send it out, and you don't take all the leaves and stuff off, you're actually killing your stuff. Um, I don't think it's gonna do as well because those leaves and stuff are still trying to do photosynthesis. They're zapping a lot of water out of the cuttings, so I don't think it's gonna work out well. But yeah, that's all I wanted to show y'all. So till next time, me and Kenny will see you later.